Hi everybody, my name is Aaron Ryan. I use he, they pronouns, and we'll be conducting a video interview for the Illinois Poet Laureate position. Without further ado, we're going to hop into 5 questions in 5 minutes. So question number 1 would be, what is the purpose of poetry? To me, poetry is play. Playing with rhythm and rhyme, with imagery and form, playing with language itself. By playing with language, whether out loud or on the page, we are able to create a poem. On the page, poetry is contained, kind of like this circle that I'm in right now. But the meanings that we can get out of a single poem can be infinite. So another purpose of poetry is being able to discuss those meanings with others and create a shared meaning between all our different interpretations, holding space for everybody's viewpoint. And through those connections, we can build community around poetry. As Poet Laureate, how would I interact with diverse communities across the state? I think my first step would be being very proactive about outreach to local communities throughout Illinois. So being able to make those connections and build those bridges, and then start a conversation to see what each other's needs are. I think conducting a needs assessment and seeing what communities want out of the Poet Laureate and the wider project would be essential to creating quality programming that communities will have buy-in for and want to engage in. From there, being able to collaborate with those communities is a key form of interaction, as well as offering the opportunity for community members to evaluate the programming and provide feedback so that we can better grow our programming and meet more community needs in the future. What project or program would I create in my first year that would engage youth and address statewide and or local issues? As someone who's super excited about working with kids and teens in my current leadership roles, I'd be very interested in creating a statewide poetry initiative for kids and teens through the Illinois Poet Laureate position. This would involve working with public libraries where kids and teens are already at to complete a poetry writing and reading program. I would use technology such as Beanstack for logging poetry writing and reading, and Biblioboard for the opportunity to publish original creative work through public libraries. There would also be low-tech options of a paper log, so folks who might be in situations where they don't have access to technology can still definitely participate in this program. It would run from January through May to build up momentum for the Gwendolyn Brooks Youth Poetry Award and create additional submissions that would then go into that award to get even more writers excited about submitting. How would I incorporate technology into my role as Poet Laureate? Touched on this in the last question, but you might be able to tell that I'm very enthusiastic about technology. I also use technology quite a bit as an information professional in library science. I would use technology in order to make poetry accessible to everybody by being sure to offer both virtual and in-person opportunities to engage in the craft of poetry. Technology can also be a great pathway for building the professional web presence of the Illinois Poet Laureate, all the wonderful supporting organizations, and can create a digital community around poetry. Those are just a few of the ideas as to how I would incorporate technology into my role as Poet Laureate. As for how much time I feel I should invest in the laureateship, I would say that it would be a full-time position. I'd expect that it would be my primary focus, not only from the start of the position, but also with the prep time before it starts. I would fit that in with my current commitments because I'm at an opportunity to start a new chapter. I'm graduating in May with my library science degree, and I'm ready to go all in with community building experience. And since I absolutely love community building through poetry as Elgin's current Poet Laureate, I'd love to be able to continue this kind of work, and I appreciate the opportunity to apply to the Illinois Poet Laureate position. Thank you very much for joining, and I wish all the candidates best of luck on their interviews.